Hello guys, happy new year. This is a new year 2024. I am so grateful to God for giving us the opportunity to make it into the new year. I wish you all a very pleasant, prosperous, fulfilling, joy-filled year ahead by the grace of God. So today I have a very, very big news I want to share with you all. And at the same time, I also want to talk about 7 important things to note in this new year 2024. This year is a very special year, and I do not want us to enter into it casually or just take things, with levity. So I want us to pay good attention, very, very close attention to some very, very important things, and I'll be sharing those. So I said I wanted to talk about like 7 things. So one of the first things I want to talk about is the importance of covering your process. That's the very first thing. This year is a year that you need to be wise. You need to keep many things to yourself. I know that we're in the jet age or whatever. Social media is like all over there, and everybody wants to show, everybody wants to talk about what they're doing, how amazing they want to show how amazing their lives look, right? And things like that. But I want to tell you this. It is great. There's great wisdom in you understanding the value of covering your process. It is not everything you're doing that you should share. It is not everything that you're doing that you should let people know. Fine, you want to read 20 books, great. Keep it to yourself. When you've read those 20 books, then share with us the wisdom you gained from doing it and the process of how you did it, right? But because I've realized one thing, right? When you talk about things you want to do, you realize that at the end of the day, there are some hiccups along the way when you share prematurely, and I do not want you to be ignorant of this fact. So you need to cover your process. That's the first thing. The next thing is you need to do more and talk less. We have a lot of talkers. Everybody's a motivational speaker, everybody's a coach, everybody's talking. How many people are really listening? Okay, so let us do more and talk less. Like one of my friends said recently, like we need just be doing things, do more than you're talking and stuff like that. So that one is very self-explanatory. Now the third thing I want to talk about is focus like laser. And this is a lesson for myself as well. Sometimes I feel like I could be so scattered. I want to do 50 things. I have like 50 ideas come to my brain at once, and I want to execute everything at the same time. And you realize that at the end of the day, you're like jack of all trade and master of none, and that doesn't really pay anyone. So this year you need to focus like laser. Write down your goals and pick one at a time. Pick one goal, come up with a strategy on how you want to actualize that goal, and hammer it like no man's business and finish it up and pick the next one and do that. At the end of the day, you realize that you're more productive this week. Now, the fourth thing I want to talk about is you need to be very intentional about your connections. I don't know, this year is a very big pivotal like turning point year for me in terms of like age and all that. And so I think I've given this a lot of thought. You need to be very intentional about your connections. Who are your friends? Are they people that all you do is gossip? All you do is how you're going to go for parties and stuff. I'm not saying that it's not good to go for parties and enjoy your life or whatever, but you need to look at your connections and do some serious soul searching and maybe pruning and whatever. Like if your friends are not adding value to your life, you need new set of friends. If your friends are people that are jealous of you, they don't add value to your life, they're in competition with your life and stuff like that. I mean, there's always a room for like healthy competition and all that, but you know that there are some friends that are just not good for you. They don't add value to your life. They look at you, there's like a dimness that comes into their eyes. Surround yourself with people whose eyes light up the moment they see you. Not people that are feeling one kind, they're just so full of like envy and jealousy, and they just so all those, they're just full of negative vibes. You don't want those kind of people in your connection. You need to screen your connection, make sure you're that friend as well. Make sure you're a friend that is adding value to your friends. Okay, so be intentional about your connections. I'm a person that advocates for building bridges. Don't build walls. I mean, fine, for negative relationships and all that, you need to build some walls and all that. You need to have boundaries. Okay, you need to have heavy boundaries, but at the same time, be intentional about your connections. Take a look at your friends. People say that if you want to predict where a person will be in the next 5 years, you look at his immediate friends. Like, who are the friends he keeps? If you have a friend that all you do is gossip, you realize that within the next few years, you become just like your friend. So Surround yourself with people that let me say, they have a growth mindset. They're people that think about, you talk about money, talk about investment, talk about how you're going to get better, how you're going to add value to your world. Yes, those are the kind of people you want in your circle of influence. Okay, now the next thing I want to talk about, number 5 point, is read. You need to read. Readers are leaders, they say, right? I've picked out a number of books I want to read this year, and I'm trying, to be intentional about reading more this year. I mean, I there was a time when I went on a book buying spree. I was building a library in my house and all that, as you can see back there. This is just one side of it. Anyway, so I mean, read more. Okay, you need to read. You need to invest in knowledge. You need to actually take time out to study, to read, to put things in your brain. It's good for you. I mean, it's really amazing. Okay, I don't need to go deep into that. We all know that reading is good. All right, now the next, number 6, is sleep. Do not joke with your sleep. Do not play with your sleep this year. Okay, you need to sleep at least how many hours? 7, 8 hours at least every night. You need to, some people need sleep hygiene. The only thing, the things you should use your bed for. Use your bed for, what is meant to be used for. Okay? Sleep when you're supposed to sleep, just don't do social media, don't look at screens when it's bedtime. You need to pay attention to your sleep. Sleep better, sleep more. Okay? All right. The last but not the least thing you need to pay attention to this year is pray. Okay, you need to pray without ceasing. I'm a person of faith, and I cannot say this enough. We need to pray. We need to pray when things are good. We need to pray when things are bad. We need to pray when things are not so great. We need to pray. We need to pray without ceasing. Okay, because prayer does work. All right. Now I go to the very big news I talked about earlier, and the big news is this. No, don't worry. I'm not pregnant. That aspect of my life is done. Okay, so yeah, the big news is this. All right, I am a person of faith, and I mentioned earlier that this year is a big year for me in terms of like number and all that. So I'm trying to be take stock and think and be more intentional about the things I'm doing. And one of the things, I have this YouTube channel, and apart from the fact that I want to spread positivity, I want to educate, I want to encourage, motivate, inspire. At the same time, I'm a person of faith, and I feel like every opportunity I have, I want to express that aspect of my life. I want to share, things I'm learning in my journey, my walk with God, and all that kind of stuff. So that is the big news. I'm going to be, sharing about my faith, about my journey with God, about the things I'm learning, about, I'm going to be doing things like that. So that is the big news. So if this is the kind of stuff you'd like, please stick around and share with your friends, and let me know if you have any suggestions on things you'd like me to talk about, faith related topics and things like that. Share with me in the comment section below, and I'll really appreciate it. All right, guys, I wish you happy new year once again. I pray that may this year be an amazing and awesome and beautiful year for all of us, by the grace of God. All right, guys, till when next come your way, stay lifted, because indeed life is beautiful, and I'll see you in my next video. All right, take care, guys. Love you. Bye.